this question.
His dream was a walk. Girl.
Call now for Malt Shop Memories. 2 cassettes, $19.98. 2 CDs, $26.98. Have your credit card ready and call now.
Right now, it's your local forecast on the Weather Channel.
Tomorrow is a big holiday travel day, but the weather may throw a wrench into your plans. Snow, sleet, freezing rain, and high winds are causing major problems across the Great Lakes, and it's moving into the Northeast. Good evening and welcome to Weather Center. I'm Christina Abernathy.
And I'm Sharon Rizalton. We have a complete look at the nation's weather, plus the Sunday forecast coming up. But we begin with the problem areas. And you were digging out your car today in and around St. Louis. Wintry weather put a stop to travel in many spots. Snowplows were out and about trying to keep the roads clear, which was not an easy task. In St. Louis, they have 7 inches of snow, sleet, and freezing rain piled up on the ground. Talk about a winter wonderland in the Windy City. Chicago was covered with a thick blanket of snow today. More than a foot fell at O'Hare International Airport. Officials advised residents to stay indoors and avoid traveling on the roadways. Lakeshore Drive, one of the city's main arteries, was shut down. And officials had to close Interstate 94 in Waukesha County, Wisconsin, after a 50-car pileup. One person died. Several others were hurt. Victims say they were trying to drive in whiteout conditions when the pileup happened. More than a foot of snow had fallen across the area. Well, let's go ahead and take a peek at how much snow has fallen as a result of this storm thus far. And keep in mind that some areas are still seeing some substantial snow, and it will continue to come down even into the UP of Michigan. Kind of a double whammy here, because you're getting system snow and then some lake-enhanced snow also coming down. At one point, some of the snowfall rates were around 1.5 inches per hour. But this gives you an idea of how much snow has fallen. It's a snow history map, and where you see the white, that's where the most impressive amounts of snow have come down. That's where you've had a foot or more of snowfall. Chicago at Midway, 17 inches, 16 inches around O'Hare. South Bend reporting 15 inches now, and 13 around Milwaukee, although news that some northern suburbs may be as high as 18 inches. Indianapolis, 9 inches for you, and about 9 inches around the Rockford area of Illinois. There's a look at your wintry travel, and blizzard conditions still a possibility with more snow coming down, very, very gusty winds, producing near whiteout conditions in some locations. And still looking at the scenario for some very wet but icy weather as we go further eastward. It's ahead of the system that we're drawing in some warmer air, but there's still that cold pool of air at the surface. So we're finding freezing rain as a result here into interior portions of the Northeast and also extending down toward the Mid-Atlantic. As this particular low heads up the coast, the exact path is going to be very, very key on who sees substantial frozen precipitation and who changes over to rain. But initially, it looks like many of you are expecting some icy conditions, and that is certainly enough to slicken things up on the roadways. Finally, there's a look at the radar. A dry punch of air moving on into South Bend and into southwestern lower Michigan. Some of the wraparound may affect you with more snow as we extend into your Sunday, but for the time being, it's looking better for you. You've changed over to rain around Cleveland after hour upon hour of freezing rain. And then again, as we work our way on up into the mid-Atlantic and extending into parts of the Northeast, the frozen precipitation, the freezing rain is setting on in with another batch of it poised to move up toward D.C. So this is what it looks like for your Sunday morning. A very, very messy picture here with the orange indicating where icy conditions are likely. Again, the exact path of this will depend on who sees that changeover to rain. It's possible some areas along the coast could see a changeover with less icing than interior sections. How do you drive in a situation like this? You use common sense. First, keep in mind you don't have to get out and about. The best thing to do would be to stay put. But slow down if you have to head out. If you don't have anti-lock brakes, remember to pump the brakes. Don't just slam on the brakes, and don't attempt to brake when you're on a curve. Finally, as we extend on into your Monday, still windy in the Northeast and lake effect snow, some snow squalls in some of the favored areas, but by Monday things look a little bit better for travel for many parts of the Northeast. In the Southeast, the problem, believe it or not, is more of a springtime scenario with strong storms. Christina?
Well, that's right. We do have some strong storms and even the threat of severe weather in some parts of the Southeast. We'll have more on that in a moment. But another story, the cold temperatures. Some areas of the Front Range and the Plains are experiencing extreme wind chills. The Northeast is also feeling the chill. As a matter of fact, Boston only reached a high of 19 degrees today. Perfect weather for ice sculptures in the park. Not so perfect weather for people in the park. Some of you made the best of it, though, playing ice hockey. Tomorrow you will see some snow, sleet, and freezing rain. Well, take a look at those temperatures coming up, but we want to start out with that severe weather that I mentioned here in the Southeast. Tornado watch is in effect for you from the Carolinas to southeastern Georgia and on into Florida, and a new watch has just been issued to include the southern part of Florida. So rough weather out there, severe thunderstorms, including the threat for tornadoes, and we have had some reports of possible tornadoes out there, and a look at the radar shows that we do have some rough weather here moving through South Carolina now and extending on into southeastern Georgia. Look out around Savannah right now, although Brunswick, it looks like a lot of the storminess has moved offshore, although you are still seeing some wet weather. St. Augustine, you had some very rough conditions earlier, and you'll still want to watch out around Daytona Beach, around Orlando, where actually we do have in parts of Florida here in central Florida, tornado warnings in effect until 12:40 for Seminole County and for Orange County. So take cover immediately if you live here and look at the